Hey VC, and welcome back to another video. I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon today as a new vinyl tags come out. I believe it was Tales in the Crate who created this year's one. I watched his video and enjoyed it, and I've seen that a lot of people have been doing their entries, so I thought, why not? I'll get involved. So, without beating around the bush, I'm just going to get on with it. So, question 1 is a discovery in 2020. And that has to be, for me, Bob Dylan. Obviously I'm familiar with his 60s and 70s works, but after that I've never listened to anything that was released really. And when I heard that this were coming out, I mentioned in a previous video that I tend to go towards albums if I like the album cover. And when I first saw that this were going to be the album cover, it really interested me. So I gave it a listen on Spotify and fell in love with the album as well. So yeah, that's Bob Dylan's new LP, Rough and Rowdy Ways. Comes highly recommended. Murder Most Foul is a brilliant song as well. Question 2, A Quarantine by. Well, I'm just going to show it. This is Niall Marr. He's Johnny Marr's son. Johnny Marr, the guitarist of the Smiths. Niall were in a band a few years ago called Man Made, but I think they broke up for some reason. Manchester based. And he released his debut solo EP in lockdown as well, which I tried to get but couldn't because it sold out within like an hour. And then when this were announced, I forget what I'm going to say now. Yeah, when this were announced on Bandcamp and Instagram, I thought I'm definitely going to go for it because I missed out on the solo single, the debut solo single. So I pledged like £10 to him on Bandcamp, paid delivery, and then just wait for it to come. Got my hands on it today because it got delivered to my home address where I was at my mum's house for Christmas, and I really quite like it. It is sort of pop, but it's not shit pop, in the sense that there's actually a bit of love and care that's gone into it. Heavily guitar driven. It's just got nice melodies and it's a nice fun listen. If you like Johnny Marr's solo work, I'd recommend listening to this because he is quite similar to his dad, especially in how he sings. In terms of guitar, not quite, but still really good. So give it a try. Question 3, an LP that you'd like to find in 2021. For me, I'd like to find, I forgot what it's called, Waiting for a Miracle, I think, by the Concert Angels. I read the autobiography of Mark Kermode this year. He's like a film critic in UK. It's all about his childhood, like being in bands and that sort of stuff. And he was saying how he really liked Concert Angels growing up, and I'd never heard of him at that point. But I gave the album a listen, it's really good, so I'd like to get that one. Question number 4 is just to show a box set. So I'm going to show The Close Lobsters Fire Station Towers. I think I showed this before. Recommended this to Ross Goodall and he bought it and thought it was brilliant. So if that's not reason to buy it, I don't know what is. It's very in the vein of the Smiths, Psychedelic Furs, sort of Stone Roses here. Very jangly, you can tell who's influenced them, but it's very good. And this is a compilation containing their first 2 LPs, which are Foxhead Stalk This Land and Headache Rhetoric, and there's a compilation called Forever Until Victory, which just consists of all the singles really. And I really recommended it. I found this at a record fair for like 25 quid, managed to blag the dealer down to 20. So yeah, and I think it's quite widely available on Amazon as well, so check it out. Question 5 is a concept album. Sorry. Question 6 is just to show a band or artist who's shown a change of direction. Sorry again. Question 7, a promo. Surfing Bird by the Trashmen. Absolutely brilliant song, you can't dislike it, it's just impossible. Family Guy famously introduced it to me. Not famously. Family Guy famously did an episode which then introduced it to me. I was at a record fair in Leeds in October or November. Couldn't afford to go, I had absolutely no money. Don't know why I went, did it to get out of the house. Came across this and obviously knew the title track. I think it's got Apache on it as well. Not Apache, Mizzaloo, sorry. And labelled at 12 quid. It says it on the bag somewhere. It's on the bag. So, labelled at 12 quid. I had no idea it were a promo. I offered the guy 10. Because I really just couldn't afford to buy anything anyway. He said no. He really wanted 12, so I thought, whatever, alright then. Get him 12 quid. When I was going on Discogs when I was at home, trying to add it to my collection, could not find it. None of the labels matched this label, as it is a white label promo. Could not find it for the life of me. All labels were red, and I think there were a couple of blue ones as well. Finally got to the pressing, this pressing. Again, there's nothing on the label that suggests it's a promo other than being white. It does not say anywhere. As I was saying, found it on Discogs, and it said white label promo from 62, I think, or 3, I forget what year it came out. And median selling values about 80 quid, so I chuffed to bits with that. And I think it is the record which is worth the most in my collection for a single LP, at least anyway. So yeah, thrilled to bits with that. Question number 8 is show a compilation album. Blues Legends. Jess got me this for Christmas or as an anniversary. I cannot remember for the life of me. It's just got loads of blues artists on. So you've got John Lee Hooker, Muddy Waters, Lightning Hopkins, Fats Domino, Howlin' Wolf, Robert Johnson. It's just got all the big ones on, and it's really good. Nice fun album. Question number 9, an album that tells a story. This doesn't necessarily tell a story, but Jamie T, in all his songs, he tells a story. And I absolutely adore the man, he's fantastic. He borders on, I won't say it's rap, it's almost like soft rap at times. But it's not even typically the sort of thing that I'd listen to. But I was introduced to it in high school and I absolutely fell in love. And this for me is a masterpiece from start to finish. Each song tells a story. And it's just phenomenal, so give him a try. And this is by far the album to go to if you do want to give him a try. So that's Jamie T and Carry on the Bridge. Number 10 is an album that needs pressing. Could not think one, but I know an album that needs reissuing, and that's Morris's You Are the Quarry, because it goes for about £200 online, and I cannot afford that, but it's an album I really want, so... Morris's You Are the Quarry for an album that needs to be repressed at least. Question 11 is to show a common and uncommon album. Common album, everyone's got it, everyone sees it all the time. An uncommon album, everyone seems never to see it and everyone seems to always want it. This is a bootleg, but I think these are quite rare as well. I bought this at a record fair with Ross Goodall, of all people, when I was in Manchester with him last year. I found it in Vinyl Revival and it ran about 12 quid. So I picked it up, and it's actually really good sounding pressing as well. And so that's Buckingham Nicks. Next question is just to show an EP. Shadows to the Fore. I don't forget where I got this from. I got this from the record shop which I sometimes volunteer in when they need an hand. It ran 6 quid. It's got Apache, Man of Mystery, The Stranger, and FBI on. All instrumental, and I think all were number 1s as well. Been really into the Shadows lately. And definitely everyone needs to own this because it's fantastic. Next question, show a girl group. Shangri-Las, and this is the single Leader of the Pack, which for me is probably one of their best songs. The only thing that puts me off the song is that stupid motorbike that comes in when they're on about that guy in the song, and it just really bugs me. It ruins the song for me. Won't be a sec. Wait even a sec. Next question. An album cover which you love. For me it's got to be Metamorphosis by the Rolling Stones. This was a compilation that came out in '75, I want to say. I didn't even know this album until the list for Record Store Day came out this year. And I couldn't go to Record Store Day on the drop which this was released on the day. So I went a couple of days later to my local record shop just on off chance that they'd have it. It's on a really nice green vinyl and you get like a cool print in it, an iron-on t-shirt print. And to no surprise they didn't have it in stock. So I ended up just looking through the like second-hand bins and that sort of stuff, and found this, an original copy. I believe it's a UK first pressing on Decca, and it ran you about 20 quid, so, which is a fiver cheaper than the Record Store Day version we're selling for, so absolutely I bought it. And I think it's absolutely brilliant. Compiled of like B-sides and outtakes and alternate versions of songs from 60s, and it's a 10 out of 10 album. I did an Instagram post for this on my record page, Music on Wax, not that anyone cares, and I praised it quite heavily because I think it's just brilliant, and the album cover I really like too. Next question, an LP that you've listened to the most. Struggled with this, but probably Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds' Ghosteen, which came out in 2019, not even last year now. I'll not dive into the ins and outs of this album, but it's hauntingly beautiful. I'm not going to go into like the inspiration for this album, but once you know what the inspiration for this album was, and you listen to it and understand and listen to the lyrics and that sort of stuff, it hits you hard. Very emotional and raw, this album, but it's bloody beautiful. One of my favourite albums of all time. Question 16, an album which you'd like an original copy of, and that for me has got to be the debut single, the debut LP by The Doors. One of the best albums of all time. It's in my top 3 albums of all time. Cannot say a bad word about this. This again's featured on my Instagram page as well. And I'd love an original pressing. So yeah, that's that. Next question. Last LP purchased. It was my birthday on 30th of December. I turned 23. Still feel 12. Went to Leeds to do some record shopping. Bought a couple of books and records. I thought I'd just show one record which I bought on that day. And that's Booker T and the MGs, Green Onions. This were in Crash Records in Leeds. And I got this and another album which I'd been wanting for a while. And I think it was reduced to like 11 quid, brand new sealed, so I thought, yes please. Get it a spin earlier, really enjoyed it. The cover of Twist, I didn't know there were Twist and Shout on this. And when I was listening to it, I thought, that sounds very familiar. Looked on back and it was Twist and Shout, so very nice. Question 18, an LP that people don't get. I have no idea. I looked through my collection and all LPs that I've got seem to be somewhat universally liked, so sorry. Question 19, show a punk LP. New York Dolls, I think it's self-titled, this one, from 1978 I want to say. My copy doesn't say because it's a reissue. 1977 or 8 I think. But brilliant, yeah, it's got Personality Crisis on it, what more do you want? Last question, your favourite 2020 reissue. Really struggled with this one, if I'm honest, because I've got no reissues from this year bar one, so I didn't struggle really. But yeah, I just thought, I'll just show you now. It's Morris's Vauxhall and I think this album originally is from 94, 93 it says on here. And yeah, HMV reissued it on nice coloured vinyl. I went to try and buy it on the morning that it came out, and my local HMV shop had sold out immediately because I didn't queue up or up to get in. I just went at like 9:30 in the morning, and it's on a very nice blue vinyl. Didn't get it that day at all. And myself and Jess went down to London in September just to get away for a bit because I lost my job in a record shop that I got. But I won't go into that. But yeah, I lost the job, so I went down to London, and on the coach on the way down, we got the coach because it was very cheap. I was just looking online, and it said that they had a very few copies of this left, and I think there were only 1,000 pressed. So immediately I went to go buy it, and by the time I got home a few days later, it were on my doorstep waiting for me. So yeah, that's that. So that's my entry into the vinyl tag for 2021. Feel free to get involved yourself. I always like doing these. I think they're good fun, and it's a nice way just for people to find other channels and get to know each other. I hope you're all doing all right out there. Still in lockdown in UK for foreseeable future, it looks like, but it's for the best. Again, hoping you're all away. Hoping you're all away. Hoping you're all safe and to stay vigilant and look after each other. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.